Hey team, happy Monday. ProFitness here with a CrossFit Bellingham workout for you. I'm going to start with a 2-minute run, row, jump, or burpees, and then you're going to move into a bear crawl, crab walk, inchworm, toe touches, and about 10 to 20 hollow rocks, and then Y's, T's, and A's. Go through that at least 2 times, okay? 10 to 20 hollow rocks depending on how you're feeling that morning. We have V-ups coming up, okay? So for your WOD, it is a 10-minute ladder. You're going to start with 1 stone to overhead and then 1 V-up. Working up to 2 stone overheads, 2 V-ups. Then going to 3 stone overheads, 3 V-ups. Hopefully you get the picture by now. 4, 4, 5, 5, all the way up as high as you can until 10 minutes is over, okay? So your score is going to be the number that you finish on. Moving into durability, we got 10 Mantis, 10 cat-cows, and 10 hip bridges, and you're gonna do that 3 times through. For recovery, remember at least 2 to 3 minutes in each of these poses here. Your standing side splits, low runner's lunge, downward dog, and scorpion. Let's go ahead and go to Nick and get some standards. All right, guys, starting with your warm-up after your run, row, jumper, burpees, you have a bear crawl. Opposite hand, opposite foot, keep those hips nice and high. Then you'll come into a crab walk. It's gonna flip over, again, keeping your hips high, and then flipping back over and doing your inchworm. Folding over, walking those hands out, getting into a plank position, and then walking your hands up to your feet, and then repeating that process, walking your hands out into plank position and walking your feet forward. From there, you're gonna do toe touches. Good hinging at the hips, nice straight legs, touching your toes. Then you'll move down to the floor for 10 to 20 hollow rocks. Getting into that hollow up position, then you're gonna rock your hands and feet back and forth for about 10 to 20 there. And then you're gonna stand back up and do some Y's, T's, and A's. Good, starting with an A, going up to a Y. Pulsing back, externally rotating your shoulders. Remember, we have a few variations of this Y, T, and A. Pick those, oh, there you go, diagonal slashes, some W's, some I's. Get creative on that. Just remember to externally rotate those shoulders. Repeat that process 2 times through. And for your workout, remember it is a 10-minute ladder. So you are gonna start with 1 and work your way up. So 1 stone to overhead, nice and controlled, and then down to the floor for 1 V-up. Touching those toes, that's it. Standing back up and going to do 2 stones to overhead. Now remember, just getting that stone overhead nice and controlled, one way, strict press, push press, jerk it up, or strongman standards, just getting it controlled over your head. Does not need to be full extension. Then repeating down to 2 V-ups. Awesome work, Nick. Coming up to 3 stone to overheads. Back down to the floor. Good extension of the hips, full extension of the arms like Nick is here. Remember, those strongman standards might not get a full lockout at the top, and that is okay as long as it's controlled over your head. And then back down to 3 V-ups, continuing on to 4, then 5, all the way up until 10 minutes is over. And moving into your durability, we have 10 Mantis to start with. You're gonna start with those hands behind your back, palms facing up, and then you're gonna rotate your palms down as you reach up overhead. Down and up equals 1 rep there. Then you're going to get onto all 4s for cat-cows. Keeping your knees and hands stacked underneath your hips and shoulders, and going into good extension and flexion. Working with your breath as well. Then you'll move onto your back for 10 hip bridges. Making sure your feet are nice and close to your glutes, vertical from the floor, pelvic tilt, and drive those hips up towards the ceiling for 10. Repeat those three times through. And finally, into recovery. Remember, 2 to 3 minutes at least in each of these poses, starting with the standing side splits, as Nick is demonstrating here. Feet out as far as you can go and let your shoulders and head hang down to the floor. Then you'll go ahead and bring your feet together and step forward into a low runner's lunge. That's it, nice wide step forward, drawing those hips to the floor as low as you possibly can. And of course, remembering to do both sides. Again, nice wide step, hips to the floor. Bringing your chest to the floor like Nick is will help you with that. When you're done there, we'll move into downward dog. Pushing your heels to the floor, right through your palms. Hips up towards the ceiling. Always remembering to breathe. And you'll move down to the floor into scorpion. You can do cobra first if you'd like to, like Nick is here. Oh, yeah. And then move down onto the floor, putting one arm out. Opposite leg is going to bend back behind towards that arm. You can keep one arm down, you can reach up towards the ceiling, or you could even put that hand on your back. As always, of course, doing both sides. All right, nice job, Nick. Now that you guys know your standards, go ahead and see the description below for scaling options. Make sure to contact Chad, Nick, or myself for any additional questions or scaling options, and record that score below in your comments with your name. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, and go.